the reigning world and Olympic champion, Daniel Igali.
My life has changed tremendously in the sense that I now have bigger opportunities, better opportunities to go out and influence the life of kids, and that's what for me has been the greatest thing about the Olympics, is that opportunity I now get, the leverage to be able to go to schools and meet lots of people without that much hassle. You can now say, yeah, it's Daniel Igali calling on the phone. Well, they will let you through to speak to somebody right away, kind of thing. In that sense, it's been great. Also, in terms of competition, with the help of my sponsor, Cheerios, I'm able to compete without worrying about having a part-time job. So that has afforded me the opportunity to compete totally without worrying about other things. Well, it was one of the funnest times I've ever had in my life, actually. One of them would be coming back from the Olympics at the airport was a big deal, and I got the same kind of reception when I went back to Nigeria. So that was great. I was treated like royalty. I was treated like a king, and it was good to finally get that acceptance, you know, because earlier they had kind of thought that I decamped, you know, I kind of ditched them for Canada, and now they know that, you know, we have reason to celebrate too. He's kind of Nigerian still. So I finally got that feeling of acceptance, which was a good thing. Well, my body is almost breaking up now. I'm an old man at 27, and it's inevitable. Retirement will come soon, but I've not really thought about what I'm going to do specifically. I intend to kind of buy some more time by going back for a master's. That would take me a couple more years to make up my time. I'm interested in international relations, so I'll see how that goes. But I intend to kind of work with kids somehow and be involved in sports. I'm not specific about what I want to do yet, but generally that's what I intend on doing after I'm done wrestling. That's another 3 years from now, or maybe basically 4 years, and that's a long time. If I started a family this year, I might have grandkids before then. So it's a long-term goal. I would not be completely disappointed if I didn't have another Olympics, because I'm content, I'm satisfied with what I have. But I would be happy to get another one under my belt, and not just go, but make a good impression too.
He is looking to make an impression here today in his home gymnasium. Zoltan Hunyady is the competition from the Guelph Wrestling Club in blue. How do you stop the Igali Express?
Well, you know, it's pretty tough. Daniel's in not the greatest shape he's been in, but he's still a pretty formidable guy to wrestle against. Very tough opponent.
As we said, he hasn't been on a mat. Actually, he's been on a mat, but hasn't competed officially in 6 months. So he could be a bit rusty.
He was ready to go. They were going to go to a tournament in Cuba, hurt his knee just beforehand, wasn't able to go to that competition, and since then he's getting back in shape. Looking good in this tournament. Nice little shuck by here on Zoltan. Gets a takedown, 2-point tilt there, and that's what he's got to do. He's got to turn people as he takes them down. I don't know if you remember from the Olympics, a lot of times he took people down, didn't turn them right away. He had the opportunity and didn't quite take advantage of it. Here he took advantage of it, and makes a big difference in the whole scheme of things.
What he says he's looking for at this tournament is to see how he bounces back after a layoff like 6 months, and so far so good.
This competition is Daniel's first.
Unfortunately, the depth in this weight category isn't what it used to be. Daniel doesn't have the toughest competition in Canada at this weight category, and we see that in the final here. Zoltan's a great wrestler, has been around for a lot of years, just doesn't compare to Daniel.
4-0 Daniel here in round number 1. He wrestled for Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games in 1994, finished 13th.
Here again, nice position on a double leg takedown. He's so strong there. Zoltan did a good job of countering initially. Here Daniel's going for the fall again.
And he's got it. Just 43 seconds into this match, Daniel Igali from the Burnaby Mountain Wrestling Club, the world and Olympic champ, is again Canadian champion. Canada's male amateur athlete of the year, making it look easy here. A win over Zoltan Hunyady from the Guelph Wrestling Club. Igali, your champion at 69 kilograms, and he's now standing by to talk to Karen.
Well, Daniel, I guess if there were any questions about you being rusty, about the fact that you hadn't been on a competitive wrestling mat since the Olympics, that was the answer.
No, I guess so, but I'm still not quite confident yet because I don't know the kind of position I had out here. But I'm quite satisfied with the way the season has started. I hope it leads to better things at the Worlds.
It's one thing to become the world champion, which you are. It's another thing to defend your title. Have you thought about that heading back to New York?
I hadn't till now because I wanted to take care of the Nationals. But hopefully I'll take care of it when September comes around.
Can you talk about what the advantage is over your competitors in being the reigning Olympic champion, in being the reigning world champion?
You mean at the Worlds? At the Worlds, there's no respect for anybody. You know, everybody's coming out to knock you off, and I just have to go out and do what I know how to do best, and hopefully have a good tournament and come back on top.
We're talking about 4 months till you go to New York, till you'll be wrestling in Madison Square Garden. What do you do from here till then to prepare?
From here to September, I intend to go to about 3 tournaments in Europe, one in Canada, the Canada Cup in June, and I think I'll be ready after those 4 tournaments.